Hi guys! Okay, so this is another art journal page. I wasn't going to film this page, but I decided I would because of the process I went through. So I wanted to use this as a printout from my computer of a picture I took of a crane. I think that's a crane. Near my mother-in-law's house the last time I was there visiting before I had surgery. And I liked it so much I wanted to try to paint this picture. And I thought I'd try it in my art journal. Then if I hate it, it's not a big deal, right? So the first thing that I almost forgot is that when you have an inspiration photo, you don't need to try to paint the whole photo. So you can crop the photo and alter the composition, make it smaller to make it more interesting, but also to fit your page better. So in this case, that's why it's folded, because I was playing with how to do that and have it be interesting. And I think I'm going to do something like that. And I like these rocks at the bottom. Something more like that, I think, is what I want to do. Okay, so then I started to do, the crane was sitting on or near a pond by my mother-in-law's house. And although these colors are much more muted in this inspiration photo, this is just an inspiration photo. I don't intend to copy it exactly. This is going to be my impression of this photo in paint. So I used Payne's Gray. I threw some craft paint in there. I think it was this one, which is Calypso Sky by Folk Art. There's some white gesso in there. There's also some silver metallic in there. And I was just putting down the different colors and brushing it this way in long streaks, not really blending it completely. That's not what I wanted. And then I also took some Payne's Gray fluid acrylic and was doing some dripping. I got the page so wet it started to tear around the edges. I got it way too wet. So then I needed to, reinforce the weak spots and just let it dry and stop fussing with it. I didn't think at the time, really working out to be what I wanted it to be. So I turned it over. The paint was still wet. I did this. This is my girl. I kind of got her stained around the edges. I'm okay with that. Actually, the grungier she gets, the cuter she is. But anyway, I glued down some washi tape over the weak spots. The paint on the backside was wet. I flipped it back over to push the tape down over here, and I did that, but when I flipped it back over, the two pages had kind of smushed together, and not only did I get this interesting texture on this side, but I suddenly really liked what was going on this side. So I am liking that very much. I think the crane will look very nice on there. So I am going to work on getting my crane on here. I'm going to fast forward through it. I understand a lot of you are not painters and you're just beginners. And that's fine. If the only thing you get out of this particular video is how to do this background, that's cool. So I just put a lot of paint on here and then smushed two pages together while it was still wet, pulled them apart, and look what I got. It's great. I didn't do anything else to it. It just is fabulous. Lots of texture, lots of grunge. It's perfect if you wanted to do some collage over it or continue to paint on it like I'm going to do. And some of my tape is sticking up, so I'm going to have to glue that down with either paint or glue before I get started. So watch the process. Try to, pick up a few tips. I am going to sketch out I don't always do that, but I'm going to sketch out the position of my bird and some of the grass and things before I get any paint on here. It is helpful sometimes to have some guidelines. So if you're not comfortable with your sketching techniques, then blow your picture up to the size that you want it to be on the page. In this case, I'd have to make it bigger. And transfer the basic details of the design. Like right here, there's the edge of the pond. There's a curved I don't know if you can see that right there. A row of bricks. So I would put the line for that in. I'd put some of these grasses in. I'd definitely put the bird in, but I'd have to blow it up and make it a little bit bigger to do that, and I'd use carbon paper. Don't be afraid to do that. That's not a problem. I do it all the time. In this case, I'm going to freehand and we're going to wing it, but anyway, I'm going to get my stuff together to do that with, and I will be right back. And I'm going to fast forward through the painting process, and I'll be back to do some more talking at the end. All right, see you in a bit. Okay guys, here we go. Here is my crane and pond. And I really like the way it turned out. I definitely got the impression, same peaceful, serene feeling I got from the photo in our journal page. I love that. I may even do some journaling on it in the background, which is not something I normally do when I do practice painting in my art journal, but I may on this one, I don't know yet. I'm going to let it dry and see what happens and make sure all the tape is stuck down, and I'm going to clean up my mess and I'll be back. Okay, hey guys. So I took some of my leftover paint that I had from painting the bird, and I put it on the other opposite art journal page here in the Large Delusions journal, also on this piece of paper, and on this magazine page. And I still had a little bit more, so my small Year of My Life Delusions journal got some paint too. And so we don't waste anything. And I did find a quote I want to use. And it says, "Hold fast to your dreams, for without them life is a broken-winged bird." So I'm going to put that on here. Actually, that's not quite, let's get a different pen because I don't think that one's very legible. Let's see. Let's try this one. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Hold fast to your dreams, for without them life is like a broken-winged bird. I like that journal page a lot. Alright, that's it for today. I hope that you weren't too intimidated by the painting process and it gave you some ideas. Give it a shot. You never know. You might surprise yourself. And don't forget to go out today and do something nice for yourself. You deserve it. See you later.